Good morning. Decided to get away for a couple days to clear my head and decompress a little bit. So I booked a couple nights at Edgar Evins State Park in Silver Point, Tennessee. While I'm out here, I decided also to do a long overdue tour of my minivan camper build. It's a 2025 Toyota Sienna Woodland edition that I bought in July of 2025. And immediately took all the back seats out and went for a 2-night camping trip. I just threw a cot in the back and some food and some other essentials just to try it out. And within a couple of weeks after that, I was building it out with my dad, and it took us probably 5 full days after several changes that I made to it. Thank you for my dad for being so patient with me. But I think I got it where I want it now. There's a couple little tweaks I want to do now that I've camped it in a couple times. But for the most part, it's exactly the way I want it. My goal in making this small camper was to have all the amenities of a larger camper, just like I said, on a lot smaller scale. So it does have a kitchen, it has a bedroom, it has a lounge area, and in the back it even has what I call the garage. um, I'm gonna take you for a tour, show you everything I did to it. If you see something you like or something you think maybe I could change that would improve it, please let me know in the comments. um, like I said, this is version probably 3.0 of the build, and I'm always looking to make it better because my plan is when I retire in about 7 years, I'm going to take the van out, just travel around the country and live out of it and just see America, see the places I haven't been to. Um, Last year, my retirement plans changed a little bit, so I had to readjust my plans. And one of the things that I've always wanted to do is have a little small camper because throughout the years I've gone camping a lot, um, but we've always had big pull behind campers or drivable motorhomes. But I always thought it'd be nice to do a little solo camping in a smaller vehicle, which is why I chose to get this. Um, when the idea kind of came to me last year, initially I thought I'd get a little Class B, something that was already built out, but those are well over $100,000, and usually you finance those for about 20 years. Well, that doesn't really fit into my plan of also being debt free when I retire. So then I started looking at Sprinter vans or Ford Transit vans, and those are really nice. It's especially because you can stand up in them. But they presented some challenges too. To build one of those out, it is expensive, and to get the van initially is pretty expensive as well if you buy a newer one. You can find them pretty cheap on the used market, but I wanted something newer, something more reliable where I could put a lot of miles on it and not have to worry about it. Hey, Birdie. So after watching a lot of YouTube videos and seeing people doing this crazy idea, came across a lot of people using minivans, even smaller vehicles for that matter, but minivans kind of caught my interest more than anything. So I started looking at different minivans. You got the Kia Carnival, the Honda Odyssey, Town and Countries, and then of course the Toyota Siennas. And I lean more towards the Sienna because it has the hybrid engine, and the Woodland edition in particular has the all-wheel drive and the 1500-watt power inverter inside, which those are things I definitely wanted. The Sienna being a hybrid engine, they call it camp mode, where you just leave the vehicle running the whole time you're camping. I've done that several times. It works great. I got heat and air in the vehicle. constant 70-degree temperature if I want it. It's really nice. It just starts and stops every now and then. You don't even notice it when you're inside. Another advantage to having a smaller minivan is I am able to keep it in my garage, and I can run it through a car wash if I want to. And the Sienna gets between 30 to 35 miles per gallon with that hybrid engine. So that's also really nice. There are some quirks about the Sienna, and I think all Toyotas, that I'm not super fond of. The safety features that they have built into it can get super annoying. I'm kind of learning to live with them. So I'll stop rambling now, and I'll start the tour. I'll show you the front real quick. It's pretty much unmodified. I've added a couple little convenience items in there, and then we'll take a tour of the back and show you the actual camper build. Hang tight. So real quick, I decided before I go inside, I'm just going to show you a few of the things on the outside. I did install a front camera. It's actually a backup camera, but I put it on the front just so I can see items that I'm approaching. Everybody's got to name their van, so I named mine Seymour. Yes, it's a play on words. On the top, I have an antenna for the TV mounted. It's just running down the B-pillar, and I use these little magnetic keepers for the cable. I have a few security cameras that I just mount to the roof while I'm camping. There's a monitor inside, I'll show you. And of course, my little porch light. It's just a magnetic motion sense light that's solar powered. I just attach it to the driver's door. Works really good at night. I installed in-channel rain gutters on all the windows that roll down, just so I can crack them, get a little bit of air circulation inside, not have to worry about the rain. So as far as the inside goes, I mounted a tray above the radio. I keep a solar powered power bank up there. And there's also a phone mount on the side of the radio. Also installed a dash cam in here. It's one that blends pretty well with the interior. I got it on Amazon. Just plugs into existing wiring for your controls on your rearview mirror. Next to the gear shifter, I have the monitor for the front camera button down here in this tray underneath the center console. The towel wrapped up in there. I'll cover the dashboard at night when I'm camping, just so that there's no lights visible from the outside. In the sunroof, I have a Starlink mounted with suction cups. So now we'll check out the rear of the camper. Right now I got it set up in camp mode. Notice the floor. Originally I had a floor that covered the entire surface of the van floor, but it limited the amount of headspace that I had in there. So after some finagling, I decided to go with more of a half floor. So it gives me storage under the bed, and it gives me a level platform where the bed and the countertops is. But this area where I'm hanging out, getting dressed, just kind of lounging, it's a lot lower, which gives me a lot more headroom to protect the carpet and to give me a little bit more cushion underfoot. There's a rubber yoga mat that goes all the way to from one side to the next, and I put one of these in here for a little bit of carpet underfoot. It's just the bath mat. One of the challenges I had when I built this were finding places for some of my taller items, like the microwave and the power station and this fridge. So after some trial and error, I decided to build the fridge into the bed platform. So all I have to do is lift up the end of the mattress when I want to get to the fridge, and it supports the leg, or excuse me, the feet portion of the mattress. Also on the fridge, I installed a little remote control for the front seat, so I can adjust it forwards and back while I'm inside here to give me more room in the back. It's 3 inches tall, and it has a bamboo topper on it. Before I go to the kitchen area, I'll show you the other side of the van with the door open. There's the fridge and freezer combo. It's a setpower 35, and I mounted a shoe rack that's just hanging from the bed just to give me a little bit more extra storage for smaller items. I got some gloves, some headgear for cold days, and shower shoes and things like that in there. All right, so we're inside now. I took the chair and put it in the front seat, so I got a little bit more room. You see, I got a TV. It's a TV DVD combo that I can swing around and either watch from the lounge area. So this will be the view from there, or I can swing it around and watch it while I'm in bed. Also has a Roku built into it, or excuse me, not built into it, but I installed a Roku on it in the HDMI port, so I can stream movies if I want. So getting to, I guess, the kitchen area, underneath this countertop here, it's my power station. It's a Bluetti AC200, and it's worked really good. I'll show you how I ran the DC charger. It's in the back underneath the bed. Got my food storage, just dry goods, plates and cups. There's another bin behind that where I can keep extra food under this little, what I call the nightstand. I got my trash can, it slides out, and if you slide it all the way out, there's another bin. And here it's a tight fit, but it'll come out. And in here I keep some more plates, electric kettle. I got an air fryer. I keep my coffee maker in here as well, and some other cooking essentials. I have a water faucet right here that I can charge up, mounted on a magnet above my microwave, and I can take it off when I'm traveling. There's the monitor for my security cameras. As far as the kitchen area goes, I keep my coffee maker set up on the counter here, and I can eat and prepare food on the counter as well. I have a microwave, and under the microwave I just put these little drawers for some cutlery, some other cooking knives and things like that. Some playing cards. Charger for my phone, keep it by the bed. USB chargers, so I can charge my batteries and keep my phone charged. I put these little lights throughout. There's one there, there's one by the door, one on the pillar. So you're probably wondering why I painted everything black and it's so dark on the interior. Well, I did that for a reason. I wanted to keep it darker in here in case somebody was looking through the windows. There's less of an invitation to break in and steal my stuff. So the windows are super dark. I have a limo tint on all the rear windows, and also I have ceramic tint on all the windows, which is supposed to cut back on some of the heat during the summer. Now we'll take a look at the garage. On the driver's side here, I have a 2.5 gallon water jug that feeds the faucet, and it fits perfectly in the compartment that the Siennas have, which is normally for a center seat on the second row. It slides in there and doesn't move, but just in case, I installed this net just to keep it secure in there. Inside the net there's a pocket, so I keep a carbon monoxide detector in there. I call it my garage because it gives me room to store a small electric bike back here. It's just a little mini 14-inch, and I keep it plugged into the vehicle's power inverter, so when I'm driving down the road it's charging it up. Of course, I got another light back here. Speaking of lights, I swapped out all the incandescent bulbs in the van back here with white LEDs just to give me a little bit more light, because the interior of the Siennas is kind of dark at night even with the lights on. Inside this little nook is where I keep my tool bags, and there's my fuse box. Can't really see it. And there's my bluetti DC charger, which hooks into my vehicle battery, and it's on a breaker. So when I'm driving down the road or when the vehicle's running, it's charging my power station. And I keep it on when I'm in camp mode. So the whole time my vehicle's running while I'm camping, my power station stays topped off at 100%. I guess I should mention also the fuse panel has a hot lead coming from the power station, and that's what's powering the fuse panel. I installed this hanging rack with the intention of using coat hangers to store clothes back here. But I think I'm going to swap this out and build a shelf in here, and then buy some more of those bins like I use for the food, store it on top of here with just the lip slightly above it where I can open it and put my clothes in here. And I think that'll keep it a lot cleaner and give me more storage underneath the bed. To support the back of the platform, I just made a 2x4 box, and there's 4 bolt holes when you take the rear seats out that they bolt into the vehicle, and I just bolted the 2x4 box on those, and it's supporting the plywood for the floor. Like I said, there's some more storage underneath. That's like where I keep my camping chairs and other things. I have these Reflectix type window covers for all the windows. I have a curtain that goes on the front, so I usually don't put the front ones on unless it's really hot and I just want to reflect some of the heat. But silver on one side, black on the other. This is for the rear window. So you might be wondering about how I do my business. Mostly I use public restrooms. If I'm at a campsite, I usually try to find a site that's near the bathhouse. That's where I shower and use the bathroom if I need to. But in a pinch, I do have a pop-up toilet. I haven't used it yet, but if I need something in an emergency, I do have something for that. Also, I have a portable urinal if I'm really in a pinch and I'm parked up next to a road and don't have to place to use the bathroom. So that's pretty much it. I'm sure I left something out, but hopefully I covered most of the items in here. There's a lot going on in this van, and I'm sure I didn't cover all of it. But if you have any questions, please ask it in the comments. I'll try to keep checking it and answer any questions you might have. If you've stuck around this long, I appreciate it. I'll try to keep posting some more videos of camping in the van just so you can see how it camps and anything that I may have left out in this video. I'll be doing some reviews on some of the items I have in here at some point also. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope y'all have a good day. Bye bye.